All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Captain Marek, and we are back with the Captain of Industry Dev stream. Last week I was out, but this week I'm in. And we are back in the action. I can see lots of familiar names in the chat, some new names as well. Hello to YouTube, hello to Twitch. Hello to Steam store page. Even though I think nobody is listening to our stream there, because if you are on the Steam store page, come on to YouTube or Twitch. Much better experience there. And there's a chat as well. You can ask questions. All right, so last episode, we have successfully launched a rocket. And that could be end for some people. That could be the pinnacle of technology, and the game kind of, the research tree kind of ends there. But I think there's more to it than just launching a rocket. Obviously, this game is early access, so we are planning more stuff after that. However, even now, I think there's more things, and especially to make our island self-sustainable. So I would like to have a few more streams, maybe until the end of the year, a few more streams to try to make our island completely self-sustainable, so it can run forever. And by forever, I mean we wouldn't be able to use any mining and any kind of finite sources, even though we have thousands of years worth of resources. We are not short on any of them. However, just to kind of try it out, how it could be completely self-sustainable, I will try to achieve that. We'll see. I've never actually attempted this in a non-cheated version, right? When we test the game before release, we don't have time to play 100 hours of game for each time. So, we cheat ourselves into certain position, and then we try to balance it out based on that. But this run is kind of unique in a way that I haven't cheated a single thing throughout the run. It's all running. I'm actually playing on the version on Steam. This is not a dev version of Captain of Industry. This is the official version on Steam with all its limitations. So there's no cheats actually. So I can't even cheat if I wanted to. In order to cheat, I would have to load it into the dev version. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So I have a few things I would like to address before before researching the contracts and things to make self-sustainability work. And the first thing is that for a long time now, we have this potential issue with settlement, where our water is supplied by a few pumps here, and the rest, which that's not enough, is supplied by this huge pipeline spanning long distance. And sometimes when something goes wrong, it starts from here. It's basically taking some water from the farm system and supplying settlement through this mess somehow. And I'd like to remove it. And many of you suggested already that we should have a desalination dedicated to the settlement. So settlement has its own water system, which is uninterruptible, which I agree with. So I would like to do this today. And I've already planned something. I can tell you a little bit more about how I planned it. It's a little experiment here I'm trying to do. I didn't want to spend too much time on the stream, figuring out how to do desalination. We already done this many times. But there's a few interesting things here which I would like to attempt here, where kind of using all the side products, because when you clean wastewater and if you use filter media, you get extra water, which is nice recovery compared to just sand, and extra sludge. And sludge can be actually processed into fuel gas and compost. And I would like to actually use both of these resources to do something with them. So I think fuel gas would be hopefully used for burning waste, which I think it's a great use, especially it's so close, right? But we have way more fuel gas than we need for this. So the rest maybe we can use for some touch of maintenance, and We couldn't even make a little power plant here that uses fuel gas to make steam. I believe we can do that. Yes. Boiler. We can do that. And can burn fuel gas. And we actually get some CO2. And we can completely transform that into graphite. This is going to be another thing that I would like to basically recycle all the side products possible from this settlement to kind of basically use a settlement as a source of useful products. Use some, make some power out of it, make some fuel gas, make some compost, and I would like to actually try to make compost into fertilizer because we are running low on fertilizer, and we need more sulfur, and sulfur is a little hard to get. So I'll see if we can use this loop to make any tangible amount of fertilizer. So that's my plan for maybe first half of the stream, making this work. I haven't finished all connecting. It's just kind of like a rough idea what I would like to do. I also need to use this to destroy it, and I'm not sure. Maybe I just pause the game and quickly do the transition. That's the plan anyway. Yeah. And just take a look. Road on Twitch is asking if I'm one of the devs. That's right. I am one of the devs. And the way you know is when you look into credits. I wonder, we don't have credits here? Oh, interesting. I thought only, I guess only from main menu you can open credits, huh? Interesting. I thought there was a credits in main menu. Okay, then I guess when you look in the main menu, you can see my name in there. Yeah, so what I was trying to do here, I guess some people in chat have some about Czech stuff, some Czech people around. Welcome everyone. Well, there was no stream last weekend because I was on vacation. I had my first vacation, first tangible vacation this year, so I couldn't stream. And nobody from our team volunteered to stream instead of me. I guess they didn't want to. They would probably spend too much time learning about this factory and the setup. So, you know, trying to take over someone else's factory for 2 hours is a tough task. So maybe next year we can do stream. Somebody else from our team can do some of their playthrough, so you can see, because everybody has different ways of doing things, right? It'd be interesting to see some other people, other devs, how they would make factory. Let us know if you would like to see something like that. So what's going on in here? Do we have any problems here? I just quickly check. No, nothing. Yeah, roll of fertilizer. That's I'm aware of that, so that's fine. So what's going on here? So it's the same as we have before, but a little bit more organized. So I'd like to filter wastewater from settlement. We have lots of wastewater, and I think we are barely keeping up. And the reason why I say that is because we have 160, so 2 of them would be 320, and we are producing 330. So we are a little bit over our limit, actually. We are not keeping up. And as you can see, you know, the way how this was designed before, there's no space to extend it. So I kind of off stream mined this little bit of mountain and dumped it right here to kind of make a nice little area. I used those guys. They used to be on call, and I used temporarily put them here, as you can see, to kind of cut the mountain, put some retaining walls in case, you know, to prevent collapse. Which here was a very, very important. Otherwise, my nice road would collapse here. So retaining walls serve a great purpose here. And I made this like little cobblestone road just for prettiness. So now we have a nice area to play with, and I basically intend to move all this settlement waste processing here. And at the same time, I'm just going to double it. So instead of 2 of these waste treatment plants, I'm going to make 4. Some desalination, which, you know, there's not much to it. I'm actually using I'm intending to use the boiler, electric boiler, to make a super pressure steam to power desalination, as you can see. And the reason I'm using super pressure stream in this boiler is it takes less water. It actually doesn't matter, huh? It's always 1 to 2 ratio. It's similar. I think it doesn't make much difference here. So, and I think, in fact, I will need 2 of these, right? So let me fix that real quick. I will need 2 of these boilers. And what happened here? Oh, I see. This is like this. Yep. Because each desalination takes 6. This makes 12. 6 times 4, 24. And it's 12 times 2. Easy math. However, that's the this right block of desalination. This left block of desalination is interesting because I'm actually trying to reuse the depleted steam for desalination here. So I have set up a depleted steam. In fact, any steam can be used for desalination. And the cool thing about this is that depleted steam will get a much better recovery into water. Basically, you're water positive. If you were to use the tower, which is right here, if you were to use cooling tower and you condense depleted steam, you get a little bit of water loss, right? Which is fine. That's we can get more water from desalination. That's not a problem. But if you use desalination and seawater, you get a little bit more water and brine, but at expense of some power. So basically pay power for water. I mean, it's I guess you can make comparison between, I think this is more expensive than using this. So I'm trying to kind of experiment. I'm experimenting instead of condensing water using the towers as we would normally do. I am doing kind of desalination condensation. So I'll try that and see how that works. So, and for the waste, that's fairly simple. I'm just gonna use the fuel gas, which is produced right here from the waste and from the sludge, as I mentioned before. And I'm gonna some exhaust. I'm gonna scrub the exhaust to get back sulfur, carbon dioxide. Sulfur is gonna be very useful for rubber production or anything else. Carbon dioxide straight into graphite, very useful in our factory. And low pressure steam, which I would love to immediately pipe into more turbines. And in addition, the incineration plant producing high pressure steam. That also goes into turbines. So there's lots of kind of side product in this, and at this point, I'm just venting everything out in our old setup because I didn't bother to do much. I just venting everything. But now in the new setup, I would like to try to use every single bit of product to see if we can get any extra benefit. And if you make about megawatts of power, is always good for free, basically. So I have a one low pressure. The counts are sometimes still tricky to deal with, and so one thing you should know that turbines need kind of like a spin-up time, and if they don't have a steady supply of steam, they are not going to perform well. And I know I might not have a steady supply of steam to feed, because now we are using not even 2 of these. Right, so that's 18, maybe 24 will be enough. But if I make a tier 2 turbine, that turbine would never be able to run at full capacity. That's why I have balancer here to prioritize one turbine, and one turbine is saturated, then the rest can go to the second turbine. So that's my intention. However, my ratio is a little off here, right? Because I have 18 times 4. 18 times 4 would be 72 at the most. Right, and then divided by 24, it's going to be 3. So if my current setup, as I have it now, I would need 3 high pressure turbines. It's like that. However, I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna need more than that. 3 is okay. However, I will still like to keep the priority to be kind of staggered. I will need 2 splitters, I think. Because there's no... In order to make 2 tiers of priorities, I need 2 splitters. And here, the priority is going to go here. So first, this turbine will be flipped. Then second turbine here, and then third turbine. There you go. And then 24, I might need a higher tier pipe actually. Because it's 24 times 3. Need to make sure this is all good. All right. And then I might make this turbine to be the tier 2 actually. Because I have lots of sources of low pressure steam. Let's see. Right. We can always upgrade, but the reason I don't want to upgrade this one because I don't think we can feed one full tier turbine. So that's why I have 3 tier 1s instead. We can always upgrade in place, no problem. Right? And now we need to take the steam. Oh, where's the steam coming from? Oh, we are already piping it. I have already done the piping. All right. Very nice. All right. There's a priority to this first turbine, which is great. Now depleted steam will go all the way to our desalination. Somehow. Let me see what you guys have to say about that. A turbine zoning balancer if you have the ratios right. So let me quickly show example. People get confused that I'm balancing turbines. So for example here, right, when I have a boiler that makes 48 steam and I connect it to turbine that takes 48, that's exactly 1-to-1, right? And this is going to be steady. There's no reason for this boiler to not keep up with it. So this is great. You don't need a balancer. But in our case, when we are burning waste, it's kind of not steady supply exactly, right? Because I'm going to using maybe 1.5 of this. So I'm going to be making maybe, let's say 30 of highest pressure steam, right? I need 24, so I use 24. So this one's going to run steady. That's fine. And then it's going to have a little bit of extra here. And this turbine basically is not going to do anything because it's only 6 steam per 60 per minute. So that's why I'm balancing to kind of force, because if I put, if I don't balance it using the priority, and I just put a little bit of steam, let's say 10 steam to each, right? 30 divided by 3, then none of these turbines would be running properly. They wouldn't generate much power anyway. So that's why I'm prioritizing, and same for those turbines. So that's basically to kind of get as much power as possible to those turbines. And this is kind of a design, by design to kind of not make this recovery as simple, just, you know, piping it and kind of be done with it. To kind of encourage steady supply of steam. And that's the result that if you are doing this reuse, you have to balance. All right, so how to kind of make this work? I will have to, in order to start filtering, I will need to make filter media. And for that, I think I would like to make a factory right here. Now, if I destroy everything, what's going to happen? I think I can, probably. Nothing, I mean, the worst case, we could dump a little bit of, yeah, we have a little backup dumping circuit. That should be okay. And we have bits of Unity, so we can definitely be destroying. So let me start deleting stuff. I'll delete these guys first. There's this water. Yeah, this water, once this water doesn't flow, this, well, stop working, which is okay. And this water is the water to settlement, which I should not delete. As of now, anyway. All right, let me help with this. Maybe I can reduce the speed to 1x. All right. And now in this area, I have prepared a little... It's going to make a filter media, right? And the easiest way is to make it out of rock and coal. So I will need a rock storage and coal storage. Yeah, so I'm just gonna plop a rock storage here. I think we're gonna need to deliver the rocks for now by trucks, which is okay. Eventually we can make either a conveyor belt or something else. And in order to make it self-sustainable, we have to probably deliver rock from the world map anyway. Right, so first, I'm making small crushers because I don't need the big crusher. Big crusher is a little overkill here. So I make 48 gravel. And then I make a little bit of manufactured sand out of that as well. This can actually be destroyed as well. Here, surface, we can just use concrete. It's all can be concrete. Yep. Yes, when trucks are not busy, they can be concreting everything. Including all this. All right. Maybe this cobblestone road can actually be this way. I was kind of pre-planning road here. This can be all concrete then. All right. So manufactured sand. This is a little tricky to get it up. I could use left, or I could just move it a little bit further. Yep, just like that. And this needs, okay, so this makes 36 filter media, and we need 8. That's exactly 8 times 4. Actually, that's also 32, so we have even a little extra. Perfect. And we need 24 gravel, which is exactly a small crusher. And we need 12 manufactured sand, which is 1 and a little bit of these crushers. Oh, and actually, then we need the coal. A little bit of coal. So there's going to be a storage. I'll probably move this one a little bit lower. simple. Just right here. Import coal. All right, so that would be filter media. This one is importing rock, which we should have plenty of, hopefully. Yep, coal, manganese, and gravel. That's filter media. This one can be destroyed. And now filter media will go, I believe, right here. This is our belt for filter media. I probably will destroy this whole thing. It's in my way. I can build this. I don't want to build the concrete surface below, that's why I'm clicking on each individually. We have plenty of Unity to play with anyway. All right, let's just destroy this. What's the worst that can happen? We can have angry people about our trash, which will quickly accumulate, which is okay for now, I think. Please do not deliver anything manually. All right. So now filter media can go right here. And I think I'll just build this entire thing. 200 Unity sounds good. We have lots of water coming out. So hopefully, I have made also some priority here so that the high super pressure steam desalination has a lower priority than basically the waste recovery steam, the depleted steam. Currently it's not connected, but eventually you can see that the water gets prioritized from the right side. So eventually it should only use the right side for desalination. Now the interesting part is I need a little bit of water to kickstart this process. And at that point it should be water positive. Which is interesting because I haven't connected water here, interestingly enough. Oh, I did. Okay, I did. So I just need a waste pipe. That I deleted it. I wonder, I can even move this facility closer, right? And I might even need more than one. I wonder... Right, this was deleted. That's great. All right, so let me pause this. What is this? Tofu. Okay. I'll move it here. Or here even. I'm not sure. Anyhow, welcome everyone. I see more people coming in. Yeah, retaining walls for the coast decoration would be a nice idea. I haven't thought about it now. It's a little too late probably. Yeah, I'm just thinking whether I should... The reason why I'm hesitating is because this settlement is kind of in the coal mine. However, I don't think we will need too much coal, do we? There's lots of coal there, and you know... Actually, it's already under settlement, right? Yeah, we already lost the coal war here. Yeah, screw coal. We're gonna be self-sustainable soon. Actually, by the way, talking about coal, our coal consumption went so much down recently. If you look at the Basically, this is the entire history of our island, and the coal consumption went. I mean, we are at 10k, which is equivalent to like a year 100, which is crazy. Like, you know, all our furnaces are now electric furnaces, so we don't need much coal anyway. So I can kind of plan to build a settlement here, I think, and then this should be, you know, it should be here. This decoration should be here. I can make another house. This all looks great. So I'm actually tempted to move all those modules. Let me actually do that. To move water module with a big bridge here. Water module and waste module, basically, to this location. Then our tier 3 pipe with waste. Oh, I see. It has to go this way, right? And you might need 2 pipes, actually. So let's do 1 pipe here. Then a second pipe. We can go right above. And it connects to the other 2. I think that sounds good. Hello, I see some more people joining in, exempt on Twitch. Hello, hello. Road is saying that they're working in industrial automation. Nice. And then, oh, talking about biofuel, though, we have a biofuel as well. Yeah, I'm actually making biofuel right here. From ethanol and cooking oil, we're making diesel. And it's basically whenever I have excess of either, it's gonna make into diesel. Now I don't have excess of cooking oil. Actually, a little bit. Now I saw some traveling here. Yep, so I think we might make a little bit of diesel here, perhaps. Yep. However, our diesel consumption is drastically going down because I'm aggressively upgrading everything to be hydrogen. And some last episodes we built our fast breeder reactor, which makes hydrogen out of superpressure steam, and super effective way of making hydrogen. And we have lots of hydrogen. So actually, what I've done off stream, which I haven't told you guys, we had this network of diesel pipes around the island. And I think this is the reminiscence of that. This pipe was connected to here, and it was connected to here. You can see the thing, and I basically stopped the pipe, and I put hydrogen in instead. So now all the same pipeline and all the same stations are distributing hydrogen, and I've just changed the station to be hydrogen station. So it was actually very little work from my part to change up even here everything to be hydrogen, which is really, really nice. So in fact, I can even take this pipe, which used to be diesel pipe. You can see the color. It used to be diesel pipe, the red with the blue, yellow one, yellow red. It was going. I even deleted it. I can see. I just deleted the pipe. Now I can even reverse it and have a hydrogen to come here. This is one of the last diesel pumps on the island, right at the refinery. And I think our garage is busy upgrading a bunch of vehicles, which is nice. And whenever I see a vehicle which is not upgraded, I'm just gonna click it and upgrade it. This one is already hydrogen. You can hunt a few more down. If you open the vehicle overview, there's a few diesel trucks like this one. You can say, oh, it's already scheduled to be upgraded. This one too. Yeah, I can hunt for a few more. Excavator perhaps can be also scheduled already. I can see that. So I'll wait. Oh, the gold ones are not upgraded, I think. Which we can upgrade to be Mega Excavator Hydrogen. Just like that. These trucks, already hydrogen. Nice. How about these guys? Oop, these guys are not. These, I don't see the option to upgrade these into hydrogen trucks for some reason. That'd be some kind of glitch. Maybe I found a little glitch. Oh, maybe it's because the UI is off screen. All right, that would be the glitch. This should be all fixed in the new UI we are working on, by the way. We are, as a part of update 3, we are redoing the entire UI. Crazy amount of work, but I hope it's going to be worth it. Not only visual, but functional as well. And at that point, I can also make this to be a hydrogen station, or even make an extra hydrogen station. Just like that. Make this to be hydrogen. And assign one truck. This one can only have one. All right, so it's basically hydrogen is going to take over our island because we are making so much of it. In the meantime, I think our settlement is out of water. That's right. So I will destroy this, basically everything. I'll bring temporarily. Water will come here. Eventually we're gonna connect it from the desalination, but it has to be started. All right, filter media is being done, being made. It's fantastic. Water is being delivered. Oh, yeah, we've been little waste. All right, so waste has to come in here, which is not constructed yet, which I think I need to construct still. So all these processors needs to take fuel gas. Will they take fuel gas and sludge? Right. I'll first pipe the compost. That's easier to deal with, I feel like. Yeah, for those of you who are wondering how come my settlement services work on unbuilt settlement, well, that's a little quirk that currently there is in the game. So, you know, you can call it exploit, you can call it a trick, whatever that is. It's just, I'm using that little case that you can actually do that. It's not a big deal, honestly. But maybe we can fix it in a future if we ever have time to work on things like that. Right. So for the gas, so how many I have? 7.5 times 8. 7.5 times 8. 60, exactly. Wow. What a great ratio. Exactly a small pipe worth. So I'll just connect all of these. And the output of fuel gas will go right here. Oh, actually, before I connect fuel gas again, first of all, I should connect the waste, because that's the harder one to connect. And I can see now I made a slight mistake to put the waste to the right of. Yeah, I should have made it the other way around. It's okay. We'll have the pipes to let us through here. All right, so it's gonna be a belt. I should make probably 2 belts just for any future proofing. And here, all filter media could be slightly better. All right. Reconnect filter media. And, this one, yeah, we can do a little bit of a, not as pretty, but functional. And now the waste. The waste will come here and here. And the other waste here and here. And now I should be able to connect the fuel gas much more easily. Oh, not tier 3 pipe though. Tier 1 pipe. All right. And the last bit is the water. A little bit of water. And I will take it. Oop, we are making water here. It's fantastic. Please do not deliver anything here. We are making a little bit of water. It's nice. It needs a little bit of water. How much? 18. Right. 18 times 4. 72. So I definitely need tier 2 pipe here. I can probably make a little ramp. Even though, honestly, there is no big need for ramps, because excavators likely not going to need to travel here anyway. But maybe mega trucks will, so why not make ramps? And just like that. That's water connected. Ooh, and we have a little issue here with the graphite. I've made it I've made it not too easy to get the graphite out of here. I probably should have made it. Okay, so one last thing to make graphite. I'm not sure, maybe a storage with graphite would be nice. Can certainly make a big storage. We are rich. Strictly not needed, but I think it's alright. Maybe graphite, and then a little bridge over here. Alright. Now I can try to build it and see what happens. I can try to build this. One thing that I haven't connected is this steam yet, so that's one thing that's pending. Let's try it out. Oop, not enough unity. Might need to... It's graphite export. All right. Yeah, once you transition to fully hydrogen, diesel is actually not that useful. Well, that's true. Diesel can be abandoned, most likely. Does game track time of dumping of each small part of trash? It kind of does in a way, because the trash will keep polluting until it's no longer polluting. Internally, it works similar to dirt. So basically, as dirt turns into grass, it's the same mechanic as trash turns into trash, but non-polluting. So basically, that's the same mechanic that does it. So it's as CPU intensive as dirt and as anything on the terrain. So actually, it's not that bad. We optimized this thing a lot to make sure that we can handle big terrains and things like that. So it's okay. You can dump trash without worrying about CPU intensity, I think. All right, I'm just looking if there's any issues with the setup. I can see we are already burning. Right, so the last thing, we need to pipe the depleted steam. I think we need to pipe it all the way here. And I wonder what's the easiest way across. Is it this ramp? Be the easiest way across. I think it's all right. Yeah. All right. And actually it connects here nicely, and I can just flip those, I think. This is not needed. Do we have a little more unity? We do. Thank you. I can unity build this quickly. Yeah, trucks do not need to deliver anything here, I hope. All right. This will kickstart this desalination. Interestingly enough, is this pipe wrong orientation, or I'm not sure why this is. Maybe some incorrect priorities. Oh, I think this pipe should probably come from the balancer. Otherwise this loop will never kickstart itself properly. So now the water from the water treatment can come in here and kickstart this. All right. And now the last thing is that connecting settlement to water. Ooh, I've made it a little complicated here, I see. Alright, the trash is causing a little bit of a congestion because it blocks the port. So I can make a bigger ramp here. Maybe that's the easiest way. Yes, this is gonna be the way to do it. And then trash can easily take a shorter route. Just like that. Beautiful. And settlement can take water like this. All right. Now, let me try to destroy this pipe just to test out whether everything works fine. And if it does, we can then... Oh, what happened here? Oh yeah, the trash. All right. Oh, so our exhaust is not coming out for some reason, and that's because we are not... Ooh, I forgot to connect water here, interestingly enough. All right. That's on me. Okay. Exhaust plus water. Fortunately, we have water available. I make it a little nicer. Just like that. Here, I would like to make an alert, notify if it's less than 75%. Call it settlement water. Right, all these desalinations are working. Right, I put priority to the... Yeah, I put priority for the chlorine making, otherwise it gets just dumped. That's definitely a good thing. All right. Well, this looks like very interesting. I think it's working fairly well for now. I'm feeling that there's not enough filter media for some reason. Oh, I see. There's not enough manufactured sand. Oh, I see. I've skipped a few belts here. It might be an interesting idea to just do a little buffer here. Just in case, for example, the rock supply is flaky for any reason. Just to see that we have access. Just like that. All right. Question: does a vacuum cleaner work in space? How is that relevant? Vacuum cleaner in space has nothing to vacuum because there's vacuum. So I think the answer is no, even though I'm not sure even why the question would be relevant. But sure, yeah. In fact, do you guys know when you're vacuuming, I'm not sure how many of you guys you do, but if you do, when the vacuum gets stuck, the engine the frequency increases, kind of like it feels like it is struggling or something, right? When it gets stuck. In fact, it's the opposite. It's having an easier time because the vacuum, when you block it, the pressure, it makes a vacuum, and the turbine that's powering the vacuum actually spins faster, because it has an easier way of spinning in a lower pressure, right? So actually, when the vacuum gets blocked and the engine spins faster, it actually can damage potentially, or it's not good for the vacuum because the engine spins faster than it's should during the operation. So if you, for example, block the vacuum for a long time and leave it blocked and vacuum is running, some vacuums can get damaged. So it's not that it's struggling when it's blocked, it's actually the opposite. It's having too easy of a time and spinning too fast for its own good. So, I guess if you put it in space, then it would be even worse, right? It would be completely spinning freely without doing any power, right? The turbine would have no resistance, no air resistance, so it could potentially like overheat or break, or too much current through the engine. What are you doing here? Why are you bringing compost here? Well, anyway. AKCZ is asking me if I plan to do deep mining. What is deep mining? Mining very, 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 very deep. We can try to mine. I was kind of playing with the idea to use a creator to have a little bit of a mining fun if we have time. I'm still waiting for the crude oil to be extracted, and I'm not even sure if we ever gonna do this. Because we are using such a low amount of fuel these days. So I'm not sure. I paused the ship. I paused everything. I even paused this to empty all those storages. And once all those storages are empty, I'm just connected it directly without all those storages. We no longer need this crazy buffer of oil, because oil is no longer a critical resource, interestingly enough. So yeah. All right, so we are halfway through the stream. This is working fine. However, we still need to have an answer for excess fuel gas and excess compost. And for that, I was planning to do fertilizer. And you might be asking, why am I having 72 fertilizer when I'm making 1.5 times 8, which is 12, right? 1.5 times 8. I'm making 12 sludge here, 12 compost, sorry. That's nothing. And the answer is, actually, I would like to reconnect this biomass collector to also make compost, and connect it here as well. That's my goal. That's why I have 2 of these machines ready. This is for future proofing, basically. So I definitely need a tier 2 belt. And then water, which we have plenty of. For example, here we can get some water. Just like that. And to make fertilizer. Organic fertilizer to be exact, which is very, it's basically using, instead of dumping it, or instead of, because when we want to be self-sustainable, we cannot be dumping stuff, right? Because dumping is, we can, I guess if you dump off map, you can make it unlimited, but if you're making, oh, sludge is full. Did I not compute the sludge correctly? 36, 18. Since 2 is 36, I'm not making it up. Oh, too much fuel gas. Got it. Something is wrong. Oh yeah, it is not even connected. Alright, that was my bad. Only the first one is connected. Alright, that was a mistake while connecting these. I think I had the snapping off probably. That's why. And then I copy paste everything. That's a copy paste error. Alright, this should unblock all those. I was thinking why the fuel gas is not being filled up at all. Now I know. Alright, this should hopefully sort itself out. I also planned the statue of maintenance here because we have extra fuel gas, so why not do that? And also when we have extra fuel gas, I can burn it in a boiler. That was my idea. Oh, look at that. Fertilizer is... Alright, this water is working well. Okay, these turbines needs to have a high priority because it's basically waste power. So whenever there is an extra waste, I guess I don't need this one. All right. Morning, Boba. Boba is not here this time. Boba is here. Oi, oi, oi. Boba? No. Not sure if she's gonna stay on the table today. She's a little active now. Little play mood. If she lies down, I can turn on the camera, but I don't think she will. Alright, so any excess fuel gas will have to go to our turbines. And any excess CO2 from there will go to our graphite production. Which, yeah, that's a good idea, I think. And also, let's make a cobblestone roads. All right, so excess fuel gas. How would I think I need to make like a balancer here. And then say that Basically, the priority is in the storage, and any access, go here. Or we can make the boiler here. No, that's too complicated. I think we can make it here. I just need one more of these guys, which will not fit here. Of course, it won't. Just thinking what's the easiest way to connect this up. CO2 this way. Fuel gas. I think I need one more ramp here. Or make this ramp the other way around. Not that it matters, honestly. I can make as many ramps as needed, but that would be fuel gas. Here we have our high pressure steam. And water. Perfect. It's gonna take a while until this is fully filled up to get an overflow. All right, this is all working. We have a bunch of notifications that I'm kind of ignoring. Oh, this one is important. Oh my god, sand. All right, this one is important. Folks, mine some sand. In fact, I think I want to go a little bit deeper here. Maybe 5 deeper. That sounds reasonable. Sun is important. Makes electronics, and yeah, we have silicon and maintenance. Fertilizer, it's all right for now. Ooh, iron ore. Let's see. Iron ore is not having lots of rock. Just focus on iron ore, please. Maybe we need an extra truck. There's supposed to be 4 trucks here. One, two. Oh. What are you doing here? Maybe refuel? I'll monitor this. I think it's gonna be okay. All right. Question what the fertilizer be used for? That's a good question. I think I want to inject, or I'm going to use it for farms, right? And right now we're using lots of synthetic fertilizer. And I think I will do it right now. I'll just make a storage here for some farms at first. So there is this pipe that's supplying just these 6 farms. I think it's a great candidate to be using organic fertilizer. You can pipe multiple fertilizers in farms, but it's a little complicated because you have to make a connector right at the farm entrance. Farm doesn't have more connections, which maybe could be improved in the future. But for now, I'll just commit to some subset of farms. I think Boba wants to go out of the room. Let me open the door for her. You know how cats don't like closed doors. No doors in the house can be closed. All right, storage. It'd be interesting to have a kind of way of switching between one or the other fertilizer type. And I wonder if that can be achieved easily. I think. Okay, so for now, I'll make the fertilizer storage somewhere here. This pipe, by the way, is no longer in use. So I can, at least for now, do this. That's the water for settlement, no longer useful. All right. This is excess water from this pump, this groundwater pumps. And the fertilizer can come in. For now, I'll ship it by trucks. Then I can make a pipeline. Eventually, I'll make pipeline. All right, you want to climb up. The pipe is a little hesitant here. I think for now I will delete this pipe, connect it fully into this organic fertilizer. All right. And to help with the production, I think I will want to move this the biomass collection, basically. I want to move it somewhere here and also turn it into compost. And for that, I need mixers, right? I just need a mixer. That's very easy. Very easy way to do. Maybe I can put it here and just do a very similar setup to what I've done here. I think 4 is barely enough at this point. Right. Tier 2 belt. We can always expand the cobblestone here. Would have been a little wider. And now we have compost. needs to come in. I think I just put it right here. I just don't want to block this ramp, but I'm not even sure I would need any. I would need it for anything. This is all compost, right? Yep. That's fine. And we can always add more mixers here when needed. We'll put all concrete surface here. Now I'll pause this one. And of course, these will have to be all upgraded to the new throughput. It's actually quite neat. So this should give us much more compost for the fertilizer. You're fine. You're fine. Fine. Our iron still a little struggling. There's probably not too much iron left in this mountain. Alright, how is sand doing? Yeah, sand is fine. Actually, I think sand would be the first resource that is kind of... Actually, there's not even nothing here. First resource, there is a little bit of running out on our island. So we might need to do import sand sooner rather than later. These guys are just fine. All right. So the balancer on the fertilizer wouldn't work well because I think you're talking about this. Because you can't mix inputs, so we would have to make sure that once one unit of fertilizer 2 would be on the outside, it would kind of clog up. It's a little tricky to put balancer on mixed products on pipes. It's not going to work well, and I would rather not do it for now. I would rather use it directly, and if we ever run out, maybe I can put alert here. If we ever run out, I will just reconnect it or do something else. But I would hope this to be sustainable for the future. Yeah, I can upgrade. Yeah, I might do it later if I'm having trouble, constant switching back and forth. So, Costin is asking about rough date for next update. We don't have a rough date. We're still working on it. I think next quarter is Q1 2025 is still a good estimate. And by saying Q1, probably towards the end of Q1, not January, maybe not February. So if you want anything faster, at this point looks like a March at our current pace. And the reason is that, again, we are not doing only trains. Trains are mostly finished. We might do some live stream to show you how the loading and station work. However, we also do other things. I forgot to connect this one. We do other things, and it just needs time. Especially the UI. I mean, it's probably hard to describe how big. Basically, we rewrote the entire UI for the entire game. are rewriting still, not done yet. And it's a lot of stuff. It's hard to describe. Every window, we call these inspectors. Every inspector has to be rewritten. There's lots of them which are completely custom, like Captain's Office, rewritten, and to make it not only look better but also more functional. So we are surfacing more information now, so you'll be able to see more things. It's better organized. Hopefully it's easier to kind of see things. And so it's not only switching some kind of a textures or whatever. That's far from it. It's even using different framework, right? So this old UI, how we call it now, this current UI, is using the Unity obsolete. I guess it's now obsolete. When we started, there was nothing else. But I guess throughout the years, Unity made a new UI framework, and now they are making this one old obsolete, so we can't even use it anymore. Which is basically they're forced to rewrite the entire UI because our game was in development for, I think over 8 years at this point, since the very first thing, and we had to keep up with the Unity updates. If we don't keep up, we cannot upgrade to the new Unity version. We cannot fix new bugs or have some compatibility things. So it's not just switching textures, it's basically rewriting the whole UI from scratch. And while doing that, rethinking how things are laid out and positioned and all that. So that's why it's we are taking extra time, but we really hope it's gonna be worth it ultimately. That's the hope. I'm making another statue maintenance here, just because we have a fuel source. Convenient fuel source. All right. We're making some graphite, which is always nice. On sulfur as well. We are low on sulfur. I think trucks are aggressively transporting it out. All right, so I think this is going to be actually destroyed at this point. No longer needed, which is nice. Yeah, so my intention with this build I'm doing currently basically to reuse and process all the settlement kind of waste into something useful, right? So before, the compost was just being dumped on the terrain. Now hopefully all the compost is going to be processed into fertilizer. Oh, big truck. And there's going to be no waste, and all the steam is being reused for electricity and desalination and all that. So at the end we can kind of estimate how much kind of benefit we are getting from all this. I wonder if one turbine is running at least. Which turbines is the one with the highest priority? I think it's this one. It's not even running yet, which is interesting. Now, see the efficiency, how is it going up slowly? That's the spinning up I was talking about. And when the steam runs out, it's gonna go down. Now, you see immediately killed by not enough steam. So it is not running perfectly efficiently, but at least something. B5 fan is asking whether we're using UL toolkit. Yes, that's the current only option for UI, because the previous UI was deprecated and can be removed from Unity anytime. And I believe in the next Unity version, currently there's Unity 6, I think they call it. So in the next one, it might be completely removed. So there's going to be no other option than UI toolkit. So I mean, it is better, for sure. The UI is better. It's not, how would I say? It's not ideal. We still have lots of issues with certain things that Unity didn't bother to implement, like things like drag and drop is pain to do. It's always custom code, and it's not ideal, but it is better, and it is faster actually than the old one. So I think we can even see some FPS improvement on like a UI heavy things. For example, research tree. That could certainly, you can see some UI improvements, FPS improvements. I can tell you, I think I was playing last time. I have a little FPS counter in the corner which you don't see, but I can tell you that currently I have 110 FPS, and if I show the research tree, I have 90. So it costs a little bit of performance. And then UI toolkit is generally better, faster, maybe 2x, 3x faster on depending how many elements on the screen there are. So that's nice. But it's a crazy amount of work. I mean, not too many games rewrote their entire UI like a midway, like we did, which is a little crazy. But we are committing, long term to this game, so that's has to happen. That's also why lots of studios, make game and then move on and make a different game, and because keeping the game alive actually is a lot of kind of work that not too, it's not like a new features, not new things. You have to kind of keep up with the technology and keep updating stuff, which is it takes time, and a player would prefer new features rather than just updating your code to be still working, which is understandable, but sometimes we have to do this. So yeah, that's why we cannot release this year, because if we release only trains, it'll be possible, but we also want to do more things than that. All right, so this is kind of working. I think I will stop monitoring it for a while and see if anything goes wrong. So far it's working well. Another thing I wanted to fix today, you can see lots of things are not too good. I guess household goods are missing and consumer electronics is missing. I would like to look at that. First of all, household goods, that might be easier thing to solve. Where's my household goods? Right here. All right, so that's just the trucks problem. I guess there's not enough trucks to haul household goods. Looks like it. This is a shipping issue. We're using a lot, 108 or 60. We just need more trucks, basically. That's not that big of an issue. That's gonna improve eventually, hopefully. However, a bigger issue is our consumer electronics. This coal mine, look at that. This used to be our coal mine. Still a bunch of coal here. Interesting. Consumer electronics. So as you can see, the problem is not enough electronics 3. And not enough electronics 3 is caused by not enough microchips. Not enough microchips is caused by not making enough microchips. So I have literally copy-pasted this row 1 over. No change, just copy-paste. And just, connect it accordingly. And that should double up our production, is it? Look at that, we have even Unity to Unity build the entire thing. Now we might have issue with computing. Let's monitor the computing demand as those machines come online. They're gonna slowly come online. It's a long pipeline. Now this should double the microchip output. And the microchip output would be now 8 times 4. Which is 32. And 32 divided by 6 is 5 and a little bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a little bit. If everything goes well, all those machines should be fully saturated, and I have even prepared the second row, as you can see already. So we might need to have, the little bit would be maybe 1 extra machine. Maybe like that. That's our little bit. Right. I've also connected, by the way, the gold from our recycling furnaces directly to relieve some trucks. And I think in general, I was sometimes off stream, sometimes on stream, putting lots of conveyor belts everywhere to relieve logistics as much as possible. And I can still kind of look into analytics and see what jobs are. Yeah, lots of rock. Maybe I can exclude mining for now. Yeah, lots of slag, probably dumping, right? Slag dumping, coal, hydrogen, limestone. Yeah, it's kind of mixed bag. Steel. Where is so much steel being used? That's interesting. How can I catch someone? Can I catch someone taking steel somewhere? Steel should be belted completely, right? I have a big belt. Steel is coming in for household goods. This is no longer producing anything. Oh, I wonder where is steel being shipped. Oh, is it like the... Yes, there's something here, right? Somewhere here? Oh, yeah. It is here. It is used in... Oh, interesting. Is it our medical supplies? Right. Actually, it is steel and plastic. Plastic is already belted in. That's perfect. But steel is not. Can I belt steel? That would be a heck of a belt. Maybe from here? This is steel, right? Yeah. Maybe if we take a tier 2 belt. Actually, flat one. And just go on an adventure. Let's go on a belt adventure and try to build steel belt all the way here. Actually, steel is right away. It's even used in the... Yeah, that's actually a good idea. It's used in the nuclear power plant as well. So that seems like a good thing. Okay. Now, do I need this? This is our all nuclear power plant. They're all shut down. There's no more fuel to be processed. Yeah, so I think this is deprecated basically. We no longer need any of that actually. I just don't want to destroy those steam and water pipes. That sounds like not a good idea to destroy. That's fantastic. We can even decommission all the nuclear power plants. Alright, so there's one more of these. Alright. Oh, that's nice. Now I can see much easier path. And we need to go here and there. Got it. Oh, okay. This is actually just like that. Perfect. And then we can jump in. Be straight here. Yeah. Where is steel being used? Right here. Just like that. And then I will just flip those belts. So this is basically the process of kind of adding conveyor belts to relief logistics. Kind of first, locate where's the bottleneck, and then put a belt across your entire factory. I will upgrade all these, make sure there's enough throughput. Right, this is already tier 2. Right. So this storage is not even necessary, I guess. The belt is kind of storage on its own. Yeah. Is there any coal mine near the iron mine? I'm not sure what iron mine you mean. There's a coal and iron here. We used to have a iron mine here, which, if we were to not go for sustainability, but we could, there's plenty of mine here for iron and plenty of coal here as well. But I choose to not use it. And I will actually extend the settlement just like that. All right. So hopefully that new steel belt will help reduce lots of steel, basically steel truck jobs, right? And no longer the trucks will be delivering steel over here, which is a pretty long ride. This can be deleted. Oh no, this cannot be deleted, in fact. Oh, I just did. I didn't realize there's even more steel, actually. Interestingly enough. There's more steel coming in. Oh, I see. I forgot about anesthetics. So that's why there was such a big steel. You can remove this. Nice. And reconcrete. You have Unity, right? Just do that. Very nice. Very nice. Right, so our oil is slowly running out, which is great. And I think I will destroy all the storages except the last one. Wait a little bit more. Oh, you can't get there? Are you stuck? Oh, you are stuck. All right. Our organic fertilizer is doing well so far. And did not help to relieve our extra fertilizer shortage. And I think that's because of sulfur. We don't have enough sulfur because we stopped processing oil, and the main source of sulfur was oil. So that's all right. We also have a little bit of sulfur here from scrubbing. And now new sulfur here from scrubbing as well. Not too much though. Slowly filling up fuel gas. This is a fantastic little area for processing enough water. So the water worked perfectly as well here. I think we no longer need this, and I think we no longer need any of that. This is all gone. And those pumps, yeah, I think we don't need them. There's an extra water here, which we can use eventually, but now we have desalination. I choose to not do it. So now this crazy long pipe we had before is completely gone, which is amazing. All those rams could be removed. And while we are deleting, I think we can delete this whole thing, honestly. I mean, it's a lot of, yeah, this is all we no longer need. Lots of things. So let's get removing, I think. I'm a little worried to remove something we need. I think this pipe is needed still. It's bringing water to... water to these furnaces. Right, to our arc furnaces for glass and for silicon. This water is needed. Everything else is not. I'm just holding shift to see if the belts can be removed as well. This is okay. Oh, this actually might be still relevant. Let's keep that. Because this is our water supply for our current reactors. I have to be very careful here to not delete any water supply. Yeah, these all storages are all can be deleted. All those storages are no longer needed. Reprocessing of our fuel no longer needed. I believe all these as well. What a fantastic way of clearing up factory. And I believe this furnace, these storages, all can be deleted. Now we might still need to have the uranium processing if we're currently making the blanket fuel, which is then enriched to core fuel from depleted uranium. Eventually they'll run out. So you might need that for now. I also planned to make more reactors if we need, basically to do something like this in the future. Could even pencil that in. Oh, it's exactly, look at that. That's a precision. You can do that, and then I would probably squeeze all those turbines a little bit to the left because we have data center here. So I was thinking to basically start squeezing them to be as close as possible to each other to eliminate any unused space, kind of. Basically do it like that. And of course the direction of steam would be different from here because it's going to come from the other side, right? So I could destroy these two. And then reconnect the other way. I just want to eliminate the space. And then squeeze more. To make it a little more denser. And if we ever need more hydrogen, which actually it is not even full, I'm so impressed. Is there any issue with the setup? Why is the hydrogen not full? There must be some issue, right? Because the hydrogen is not being removed in time. Oh, electricity. Oh, okay. We might need to accelerate this transition. Oh, it's too much unity, huh? All right. It's a little... These guys should still work. Anyway. I just want to make it more compact, basically. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I don't have enough unity to do this immediately, so I need trucks to move all the products. And yeah, so how is our computing doing? Microchips. All working? Looks like it. Sometimes there are some delays. I wonder what is causing the... Oh, this one is not... Oh, silicone is not being supplied fast enough. Wait a second. How is that? Am I not making enough silicone? Oh, no, there is just an upgraded belt. Alright, that should solve it. Yep, there was a little piece of tier 1 belt making flying slower. Now it's all nice and compressed. And stacked. Alright, our unity is negative. Because we are missing household goods. Yeah, the trucks are not keeping up, especially with the construction I'm making right now. It's really, I need to start connecting everything with conveyor belts more aggressively. Any kind of truck jobs are a liability at this point. So for example, this fertilizer should definitely be a pipe. However, the pipe is extremely long. So I wish I have a train, maybe. It'd be a nice train to have a little train station here and ship things on a longer distance. If we don't have that, I would have to make the pipe through all this. Yeah. Anyhow. Yeah, I think I don't have any more plans for today. I think maybe this will clean up after it finishes. That would be a great place to stop for today. And I think I was accidentally destroying the storage. That's dangerous. Do not destroy, please. Yeah, and basically, oh, I even have a plant on my extra desalination here, which, if we need more water, that's always an option. Right, our oil is officially done. I think I can remove these. basically connected directly. There's a few little more, 400 more oil. But after that, I think I can even unpause this. It's gonna drain it. The connector, when there's no priority, it's gonna take one from each kind of in a round robin fashion. So eventually it's gonna be emptied out. So I don't need to worry about us being stuck without oil. That's right, what I've done here. Yeah. I wonder if I were to make a pipe to this storage, would it be across the mountain? Probably. There's no other way than across the mountain. Let's do that. I think I'm really stretched on the logistics and I'm not feeling comfortable with that. So, and especially for such a big distance, that's unnecessary extra strain for the logistics. So I'll take tier 2 pipe and just make a real long pipe right now. I'm just gonna go through whatever I can here, really. I'll probably have to go. I want to go through this ramp, but I can see there is a slight issue. So I will connect it this way. And where's my pipe? Oh, I cancelled it. Never mind. Let's go through here again. There is a nice little opening right here. Now, if I'm gonna make settlement here, maybe I can go on this ramp. Just use the ramp. Climb up the mountain. So that this ramp's gonna be never in the way of excavators. That's the goal. And some people suggest that we should make the pipe go in the same slope as the ramp, which is a great suggestion, and we would love that. However, it's a little technically challenging at this point, so eventually we'll hopefully make it work. But it is not, because we don't want, it's because it's basically an extra, extra case, extra handling to make it work nicely with ramps. So we are aware, but it needs extra time, extra work in order to make that work. So for now, we have to bear with the little stair pattern. I'll actually finish here, start again in case it gets cancelled or something. And I will not even worry about. Actually, I can maybe go on the flat here. Easier. In the early game, we were always worried about the cost of those pipes because they are quite expensive in terms of material. But at this point, if I look at the right side of my screen, there's 5,000 construction parts too. I don't think this pipe will cost that much. So I'm not worried whatsoever. what price. It's more of the time of building such a long pipe and making sure it doesn't cross any, like a truck routes. It's gonna be probably a couple thousand or maybe 1,000. Right here, I will need to make a ramp. The storage is right on this side, that's right. Oh, that's a long pipe. And right at the port, look at that. Perfect. Oh, I don't even have Unity to build it. Oh, actually, I do not have Unity. That's a little concerning. Let's unpause it then and let the trucks do their job. And I think I do not have Unity because trucks were busy deconstructing our old nuclear power plant. And they were not delivering household goods and household appliances and all those kind of goodies. So people are a little unhappy with this. But hopefully this will be deconstructed soon. Soonish. Yes, lots of concrete in those radioactive waste storages. So it's a lot of truck trips. And also the nuclear power plant, of course, it's a big building. And of course, because we didn't like our trucks, let's do everything in concrete so they have more jobs to do. And I can remove the paint from here. No longer a hazardous area. All right. You guys have any more questions? Let me know. I'll just wait a little bit to... Is this empty? Not yet. It is now. The statue of maintenance is an interesting little thing because each of them will give you half of the benefit of the previous one. So we have 4 of them, so the maintenance reduction is kind of diminishing very quickly. I think having more than 4 or 5 is probably not worth it, even though it depends how much maintenance we are having. Where are all the devs from? We are all over the place, honestly. We have devs from England. We have people from various US states, Czech Republic. We used to have we have some contractors as well, right? So that they are from also all over the place. Eastern Europe. We had some from US, we had some from like the Scandinavian countries. We don't have office, our team currently. We're working fully remotely. We are kind of embracing the fully remote workflow so that we are not limited to hiring in any specific location. So we're happy to hire a talent from anywhere all over the world. So that's what we do. And whenever we find a talented person, from whenever they are, we'll hire them, and that's how it works. Which reminds me, we are actually hiring. We are looking for new people, basically to speed up the production process and speed up the development. So if you guys know about any talented game devs that like simulation games who would like to contribute, then feel free to shoot us an email or something, or Discord DM, anything works. Let us know. Even though I know it's a long shot to ask in a live stream, obviously. But yeah, we are slowly expanding, right? We started 2 people Now we are we have 4 or 5 engineers and then more contractors for various things, like music and graphics and all that. One thing, looking at the forest, I think next time I would like to make a coal out of wood. The reason I would like to do that is not only to be self-sustainable on coal and remove coal mines, but also to have exhaust to get some sulfur out of that, because we are low on sulfur, and that's going to be a great sulfur source, I think, instead of refinery, and to make more fertilizer basically. So that's going to be maybe next time we can, and I would love to abandon all coal mining so we can kind of declare self-sustainable settlement coal-wise. Now, the reason I'm still here, a little overtime here, because I want to see if we're gonna end up in some deep trouble, because we have not enough unity for various things, and that could actually end up hurting us in the long run. I'm curious if we recover or not. This one can be destroyed as well, actually, interestingly enough. Oops, sorry guys. That was not a good idea to go around. Because sometimes when you do those kind of things and you change a lot of things at the same time, for example, when we run out of Unity, we can run out of certain things on the world mine. Currently, we are actually not using the oil rigs, but if we were to use oil rigs, that could be the dangerous thing to do. Fortunately, we have the oil from our crater. No worry about that. People say coal can be traded for. That's certainly stuff I'll be looking at next time. You can certainly trade for, cement or lab equipment or household goods. And yes, that would eliminate all pollution, because if you do this, you have to treat the exhaust, and exhaust causes pollution, which is true. So I have to consider, however, pollution, I'm not too worried about pollution. If I look at pollution statistics, our pollutions is going so much down over time. If you look at the, for example, max, we've been, in our mid-industrial age, we've been polluting crazy amounts, and now everything is going down. So a little bit of pollution is all right. I'm not sure if, I guess some of the goal could be having zero pollution. Is it even possible to have a zero pollution? Yeah, I'm not sure if you can completely eliminate all pollution. That seems like a tough job. Even here, like incineration, you have some exhaust. You would have to gather the waste in a different way, I suppose. I think you cannot eliminate everything. Yeah, you can't. I think just the waste is one example where you can't. If you dump the waste, you're polluting. If you process it, you're polluting. Yeah, so there's no way to completely eliminate pollution from the map. But I guess you can minimize as much as possible. Yeah, lack of water, interestingly enough. Yeah. Liat is saying that the only thing you're qualified is UI design. UI designer is, of course, a position we would be potentially interested in as well. If you have some strong portfolio about video games, UI design, feel free to shoot us an email, or if you know someone, that's always a good thing. We are, it depends on the position. For example, some of the positions like UI designer might be perhaps contract, right? It might not be full-time, maybe at start, but yeah, we are, as I said, we are redesigning UI, so we are probably mostly done with UI design, hopefully, but it's always place to improve. There's for improvements, so yeah, it's hard to find people who are I guess, up for the challenge, because our game is, it's quite complex, right? The UI is complex. If you just look at the farm UI, right, there's so much information here, and it has to be organized in a way that's understandable. And we can certainly do better, right? This is certainly space for improvement, but that's a one dialogue. Then we have, we have machines, we have storages, we have so many things that has to be designed to be, even nuclear power plant, like how it works and everything. We kind of went all over. So the design of our UI is actually quite tough, and not everyone can do a good job just because, for example, they are used to be designing mobile games or other things, which is completely different kind of beast, right? Mobile games is very, very different UI design than a PC game, and especially PC game with this amount of complexity in it. So we are definitely interested if somebody had to have any things to say, or if you don't have time or don't have things to don't want to work with us, but you have suggestions, maybe after we showcase our new design, feel free to give us feedback. The design is also welcome. The governor saying that zero pollution is not possible since every power source makes pollution, even the FBR, the molten glass. Right, and via maintenance. Right, that's right. Also, that you're right. There's exhaust here. That am I even cleaning that? I think I'm not even cleaning that because it's such a low amount of exhaust. Yeah, I'm not bothering. Yeah, you're right. So I think waste and power is impossible to completely eliminate. Pollution makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Mark can't wait for trains. Me too. I can't wait for trains. I'm also kind of if we have some time, which I cannot promise, but if for some reason we have an extra, 2 weeks or 3 weeks, if there's extra 2 weeks or 3 weeks on my plate, I would love to rewrite our pathfinding for trucks. There is the pathfinding was designed in the initial way when we had a map which was potentially infinite, like a tile base, and it could expand infinitely, and we decided not to do for various reasons. But the Pathfinder is still built with this in mind, so the map can expand, it can, everything is tiled, and now the map is static. There can be certain optimizations to be done with this in mind to optimize pathfinding, and that would allow us not only to make the game faster and have the trucks, potentially having a better navigation, but also to increase the vehicle limit so that there can be many more trucks navigating the maps. And I think that'd be great, because now if I could build 100 more trucks, I would probably do it because it's currently the bottleneck in my factory trucks. So I have to build lots of extra pipes and conveyor belts to kind of make sure the logistics is not completely overwhelmed, which currently it is completely overwhelmed. So I'm not sure if we have the time for that. It would be nice, I think, to allow for more vehicles in addition to trains. So trains will already relieve your logistics, right? Because now trucks are shipping something, and instead it would be trains. But in addition to that, I think having more vehicles would be nice. That's my kind of wish. I'm not sure if it's come true, but if not update 3, maybe update 4 or some other future update. If we decide that's the important thing to spend time on, that would be the one. All right, so we pretty much cleared up everything, and I still haven't lost. So I think it's all right. Our trucks are struggling, but not struggling too much, so that we are kind of stalling. So I think it's going to be a great way to end it today. We've built complete waste processing, which gave us some extra fuel gas, extra electricity, and extra organic fertilizer, which will be put into good use on farms. And we even processed the biomass. By the way, some people ask, why would you process biomass when you don't need to? If you did, if you delete this collection, you wouldn't, do much. And the reason is that every biomass which is not collected here would be turned into waste. Right, so you can choose whether you want to be dealing with waste or dealing with biomass. I think to save ourselves from, making exhaust and stuff like that, and using water, using fuel gas, we can kind of, basically it's like a recycling program, right? Instead of throwing it in the trash can, it's being sorted out. And so all the biomass coming from the food, basically. So the more food they eat in the settlement, the more biomass is being turned on. That's how it works. All right, folks. Well, thanks for tuning in today. Appreciate you hanging out and asking questions. And next week, hopefully, I'll continue, scaling up, building, and making sure everything is running all right. Maybe putting more belts and pipes to solve the logistics problem. And I will be looking into contracts next time and figuring out what contracts we want to establish to make our settlement completely self-sustainable. So that's going to be, I think, quite exciting to figure out, because it's a little puzzle, a little end game puzzle to figure out. And there's more than one solution, I think. So I'm going to do whatever I think is best, but I'm sure you guys have your own ideas and things. So that's going to be next. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Captain Marek, and I'll see you next week. Bye.